further progress in the bracket for Dabuz after we saw him last time. So yeah, definitely just trying to plow his way through the bracket as well. Both of these guys. DeRosa is back on deck. Let's see if he's able to mitigate some of that recovery from Ness, or what's it gonna come down to, because the hitboxes from the Psychic Kid are, well, very insane at times. So let's see how effectively is Send able to like destroy the Luma pretty much, because if not, like, you are going to be dealing with a wall right there.
Or even I'm scared of the grab pull, low-key. I'm looking at Sen trying to recover. I don't know how that's going to work out here if Sen's going to be put into that bad situation below the ledge, but especially with a player like Dabuz. Dabuz always tries to capitalize off of any mistake here, and with these platforms, you see Dabuz is going to take his sweet time just getting set up.
And set up he will, setting up for that advantage situation on the ledge even. Of course, the platforms are going to allow Sen to use those PK fires to try and use a different approach angle. Oh, even the Psy Magnet working in his favor to bounce Luma ever so slightly away. So maybe that is part of the technique. And look at him, the way that Sen's has just been keeping through the platforms, just not even trying to force a way in. But the thing is, the star bits are gonna allow here at Dabuz to fight at a distance. But finally, they both get into close quarters, and things could get dicey.
It's very similar to the situation that we were seeing before with Dabuz, with Vendetta, where you want to try to jump in for that opportunity, but the PK fire is going to be that window of opportunity for Sen here. The parry into the back air, but it looked like for a second that it was a button warmer, because they were literally just pressing buttons around each other, hitting ghosts, but it was just a matter of Sen trying to have the opportunity in the window to push in.
For sure. And let's see here, trying with the Nair, just pressuring the shield. Interesting option coming from Send. And the Luma, you cannot approach that just quite freely. The PK fire getting very little damage as Dabuz DIs immediately out of that. Getting the turn on the the Psy Magnet, sorry. Trying to bait Dabuz into some option, but the damage is mostly on Ness's side, and Send is suffering because he just lost his stock.
Yep, and even then, you saw the opportunity right there. The gravitational pull to take in that PK Thunder. Got that back here, but you hit the Luma instead. The perfect bodyguard that Dabuz loves to have here. And it's just the patience. Dabuz is just waiting for Sen to approach him, and in this situation, you got the lead. You have nothing to lose at this point. You get a high recovery, but you manage to recover quickly when you get on top of that platform.
Yeah, maybe regular reflectors are not so important in this matchup, right? But gravitational pull is able to take all of that versatility from PK Thunder away. So here, that's why he air dodges. He knows Dabuz is ready. He's ready to react. Are you trying to fall to your death? I'm good.
He's just staring at him like, oh, you're going to try me right now, right? Waiting for the opportunity right now to follow up off of the Luma, off of that Nair there too, to send him into Luma's direction.
Crazy setup right there, and Dabuz is still pushing forward. And even with no Luma, the Ferris are covering so much space, and he tries to go for it. Of course, he hits him. Like, that was a nice play from Sen, just getting hit by the gravitational pull. Maybe Dabuz was also not correctly spaced, and the percent though, and the stock count is still very much heavily in favor of Dabuz.
Look at this, but you have to look out for the Luma! How could you ignore the Luma that was to your back? He was ready! Oh, he gets the grab, he evens it out, at least takes out the stock for stock, but not even in terms of the game. You still got Dabuz up an entire stock over Sen.
Luma was waiting there menacingly, like she was just ready. She was camouflaged right there by the waterfalls. And look at the way Dabuz is still pushing the advantage once more. Those approaching Nairs, and the coverage by the platforms. Those have been very consistent setups from Dabuz, and still getting the trades and the damage. Of course, everything going his way.
This is the scary part about taking Dabuz to these platforms here too. You know he's gonna be sending you all the way up to the top, to the Twilight Zone, but at the same time, he tries to mix it up, but he's taking so much damage. Yeah, you got the PK Thunder. You're trying to pop him up, but Dabuz is unfazed right now. Knows he's going to be able to catch you by the ledge.
Drag down Fairy into the forward tilt earlier, just getting some more damage, and the positioning perfectly. That is a guy that plays this Puppeteer type of characters, right? Like, you have to be watching out for everything. It seems like the blue Lumas were especially dangerous right there for Sand, as he did not pay enough attention to the position of that character.
That's actually so true. It was always the blue Lumas that had something against Sen's back here, saying, you better have an eye open when you're sleeping out here, because you cannot ignore us in the process. Dabuz, a dominating win for that game number 1. Sen was trying to adapt around the tools that Rosa does have, like the gravitational pull, by not trying to utilize the PK Thunder as much, by using the directional air dodge just to get back to the stage. But you saw how Dabuz was ready each time, not only for the setups, where he had all the time in the world to have the Luma set up to get in for a follow-up in case he gets an air, or even the back air there too to try to cover a roll. But it was difficult there still for Sen.
Very, very difficult. I mean, we started talking about the matchup, and I mean, Dabuz showed us exactly why, and the control that he brought to the table just kept amplifying that same option. Finally, getting a little bit of damage, but this offstage position, even at low percent, is still dangerous. You're just putting the fear into Send, who normally, I feel like, is very stellar with his recoveries, right? Like, he just feels like very feel forward. And of course, Ness's recovery is not as bad in this game as it used to be, so, especially because of the directional air dodge that you mentioned earlier. This time around, though, the punishes are also showing up, and the back throw is going to be damaged. Is definitely almost going to take the stock.
You see the Luma getting ready for the downers. Dabuz getting that set up, Psy Magnet though, but is going to be narrowly spaced out as Dabuz gets that grab. Now he's going to be able to try to keep up these juggles with these up airs.
Ooh. And he had no jump. That could have been a very dangerous position for Sand. The Nairs once more, just the active hitbox covering so much time, not even just helping with the spacing at that point. And the way that the boss has been using those aerials from Rosa expertly. But let's not even talk about Ness's aerials right there as Sand gets the backer and gets the first stock.
Perfect spacing on the Twinkle Toes. You get the rapid jab now, sending him off to the stage. Black Luma that's out and about though right now. You gotta look out. The down air attempt there too, but a nice recovery. You talked about Sen's recovery here, but the moment he gets onto that stage, that Luma's gonna knock him out.
Talk about a bait right there, and those Lumas, it feels like has been the headache for Sen right here, because every time that he's facing that little star, it's either a lot of damage or even a stock taken.
And just the fact that you can see Dabuz getting that set up there too. Throwing out some of those stars here. Trying to keep Sen in the middle, but Sen is not going to give it to him. He's not going to get the Rosalina sandwich going here. Instead, he's got the PK fire to try to open things up again. The side magnet to delay and stall in the air too, to wait out to see what Dabuz is going to do.
Ooh, finally getting that extension with the fair, but no more after that. The way that Sen has been trying to deal with Luma, and look at the way that Dabuz just keeps himself in shield. If Sen chooses to attack the Luma, then he retaliates out of shield. So that is also an option. So Sen has to be even more careful with his approaches, even when Dabuz is on the defensive.
See, yeah, now while he is on the defensive, it's these nairs, and he doesn't try to actually overextend until one of those nairs actually land right there too. The PK Thunder is going to pop up Dabuz with the stars right back, and look at this. It's the evil villain. It's the blue Luma that's out on the field ready for blood.
Oh, he could take that, but the PK Fire will help him extend it. Oh, great attempt at an Edgar. Very creative stuff from Sen, but not quite enough just yet. The Star Bits pushing him a little bit further. The PK Fire trade, and the Luma was perfectly positioned once more. Dabuz just has an exact idea that even if he throws it out and he gets hit, like, he could still get something further down the line, though Send this time cleaning up his spacing, respecting the Luma a lot more, which is absolutely crucial this time around, as we've seen from the boss even in this set.
And you talk about vulnerability on the recovery there too. The yo-yo actually gets his scoop all the way down below by the ledge, but so close there as the up smash from the Luma collides with Sen and finds that second stock.
Wow, the patience from the boss there to know that, okay, swing, 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 okay, I hit you now. Like, he knows exactly when he has to swing versus this character. Of course, no one is going to survive Ness's back throw at that percent, not that close to the ledge. And even though things are even and Sen has been showing up, it still feels like the boss, it clearly has the upper hand.
Dabuz is now seeing the reset. He pushed up his glasses, and that's when you know there's real business. A double up here, though. He tries to taste him. He keeps him still up in the air. We're going to see another one. Tries to get the back air there. Would have hit there with the Luma. Would have been a really scary situation, especially at this percent. But this is the angle. This is the scary angle. Even though you don't even need the gravitational pull, you still got to worry about that downer.
Wow. This man is playing so clean. The boss just knows, and that has been the deciding factor throughout the sets that we've seen him win today, is just the preparation. He knows exactly what he has to execute. He has the general game plan, and he's like, okay, I can react like this. I don't have to overextend to try and even catch it with a gravitational pull. I know that my Luma is perfectly positioned to get the punish that I need.
Always knows where that Luma is positioned there too. Even when he's getting set off the stage, you can see Dabuz getting prepared here with that positioning to try to contest Sen and prevent Sen from actually being able to get any sort of ledge pressure there too. But I really like the look on Sen in that second game, way more than we had seen in that first game. Actually found a way to break open and find an opening against Dabuz and the Luma.
Yeah, finally getting something going, but no games in his favor just yet. This could be another 3-0 in the books, but maybe we are talking too soon because Sen still has a fighting chance, of course, and even he has a small percentage lead, but we know also that he has to be watching out for those Lumas. The hits just keep racking up, and the chip by chip, things could swing around the other way.
Yeah, the star damage right there, too. You see that Dabuz is going to be taking their time. Now with the star bits, though, he's going to be able to approach, closing the gap, get the rapid jab here now. And now this is exactly where Dabuz wants to keep Sen. By the ledge here. Saw the attempt on the grab. Sen getting hit, though, but he's stuck by the ledge right now here. He's got the PK fire to at least negate and do some damage to the Luma.
Yeah, like, the way that he's not respecting Luma at the right times, right? Like, whenever he's in shield, of course you cannot allow yourself to just be pressured for free, but the way that Dabuz has been catching those defensive timings, ooh, great read as well, almost catching that stock, perfect DI on the part of Dabuz, and amazing offensive from Sen, and retaliating again. The fact that he's not aware of how he has to deal with the Luma has been giving Dabuz so much leeway.
He's been trying to opt for that PK fire a lot. See him managing to get right back, though, to the ledge. You saw the gravitational pull attempt from Dabuz, just in case Sen's not going to give that, but he is going to give that back throw. And going to be able to give that stock as well. 127% with the lead here.
Okay, maybe he was trying to get those parries, but the jabs are going to be found instead. Dabuz under recovery, quite a bit of percent onto Sen here.
Oh.
And still, Dabuz not getting, I mean, every little bit of trade benefits Sen at this point, but the way the set has been going, I think there's going to be a little more necessary before he starts to feel comfortable in the lead.
You see the PK fire is going to be able to take care of that Luma like you were talking about before, but setting up that Luma roll distance just in case you are stuck in between both of them. You can't ignore it, but you got the PK Thunder to ignore the Luma. Says, take that. I knew you were right behind me this time around.
that PK Thunder 2 went out with hate. Like, it was just straight for the Luma. It's like, I'm not even trying to catch the Rosa.
Love the spacing on that recovery with the PK Thunder right there to ignore the gravitational pull and instead just kind of skate right by Dabuz. Side packet into the backer. Even if you think that you are unsafe, that you could just jump around me by the ledge, you are going to get hit by that second back air.
And even though it's looking frail as far as the percents go, it is still a 3 stock on point here for Send. And no, not falling this time around for the Luma offensive. And using the PK Thunder in an offensive way from a distance. The combos are showing up. Finally gonna get something going, pushing him off stage, and the edge guards have not been here for the boss. Obviously, Sen just trying to steal that away. Why not sacrifice his stock? But let's not forget, the boss is still at a low percent, so this comeback is still very doable.
Absolutely. I'm going to be looking at Sen and make sure he stays center stage if you can at this moment right now here too.
Oh my god, the combos that the boss is getting as well, and as Sen just tries to trade out more damage, he is suffering quite a bit in here. And even though the control of the center stage is right there, the boss is not even trying to brute force his way in. No overextensions from him means no dies for Send. And the dash attacks, I mean, the boss is definitely trying to make this happen.
You can see the confidence, too, that from Sen, even the respect to just jump around Dabuz and go for a high recovery, not giving Dabuz even the opportunity to contest him off stage right there. 90% on your second stocker. You see Luma trying to wait, trying to time the opportunity for that recovery. Fails to get that down here instead.
Oh my god, that was very close, and Dabuz slowly but surely managing to get the percent needed, but no Luma in his corner, and instead he's gonna be sent flying right to that blaze, right to the blast zone by the backer from Ness. I mean, Sen just getting one on the board in a very dominant fashion as well. By the end, it was getting a little more, it was getting grindy, not gonna lie. Like, Dabuz definitely made him work for it.
This would be absolutely huge for Sen here too. Find a way to get this run back right now onto Dabuz. Was playing so much better there, especially utilizing the platforms to add on some of that extra pressure, and was more aware of the Luma. Like you were saying before, at the very start, it definitely looked like they were still having some trouble, but the moment that the Luma was off the table, that was when Dabuz had to start figuring out what they could do to actually try to close in that gap that Sen had already built up. Yeah,
Dabuz could still opt for the switch, but I don't think that we're going to see that, as the first 2 games were very dominant in his part. If Sen has the download right now, then we could be seeing a game number 5 even, but that is not quite on the table just yet, as Dabuz, one of the kings of adaptation as well. Let's see if he's able to do it here in Battlefield, and we've seen how proficient he has been with the combos on the platforms, using the Nairs to get the extensions, just cover so many options and even get them off the top, and just the way that he sharks has been pristine.
Is looking right now at their set history. They've gone back and forth actually a few times too here, so that's the interesting part. Ascend actually goes for a high recovery, but further out horizontally, he clips him with the nair, he can clip him with the down smash. Here we go again though. What are you gonna do? You gotta go for a high recovery, but he got that covered with the PK Thunder too.
Oh my god, I thought the launch star was gonna get caught the up B though. Even though it has no hitbox, it's still like the way that the boss opted to use it from all the way above and working on an edge guard. This was looking very dangerous. The Starbits catching onto that, and this was very dangerous. The boss knew that he had to try for the directional air dodge, so he tried to cover, and here the flash not finding its mark. Launch star once more, but this time around, and like Ness was not close enough to Ledge to be able to punish any of that.
And the Star's actually contesting him to actually interrupt him from trying to go for an edge guard there too at the same time. Dabuz now trying to get set up. He's got the Star online here too. Star bits at the same time, but with the side command, he's trying to go for a cheeky way of trying to utilize that back air. Waits out the rapid jab, instead goes in for the dash attack punish.
That is a mix-up that he was falling for earlier, right? Like, whenever we saw him get hit, it was because it seems like he let go of the shield a little too early. Both of them are going to make it back. Dabuz decides not to give up too much stage this time around. Much more respect coming in from Sen. He's not trying to approach into that Luma, as he's fallen for that trick so many times already.
It's learned. It's all about that adaptation that we've seen right here, but the first stock is claimed. Nonetheless, though, Dabuz is still at 157%. See the Luma hacking like the bodyguard, waiting for the opportunity, and you talked about the PK Fire before to try to sneak through right on top of Luma to see if they can actually hit the Rosa.
Oh, the dash attack is going to send her flying, and the Fair is going to send Rosa flying as well. Oh, the boss is setting up for the juggles here on the platforms. Nairs coming flying the first PK Fire from this platforms, and he says, I got the juggles too, man. I can still punish you as well. Trading back and forth, much more even than we've seen so far from this team.
Love it. The PK Thunder now up too. See the Luma set up by the ledge here. Saw Dabuz really wanted to get a back air, maybe try to cover the platform at the same time too. The parry, though, isn't going to work out as the up smash instead punishes him right afterwards.
Okay, PK Thunder pulled away from center, and once more just forcing Dabuz to try and bust out the gravitational pull and just using it to get rid of his worst enemy, that blue Luma. But Rosa is still hitting hard, though, and putting him off the stage. He was, oh my god! That
right
was
in front of him! Right in front of him, point blank! Said, you gonna try that off stage one more time, I dare you.
Oh my god, though. That was a point blank snipe right there from Dabuz, and the way that Send didn't even try to go for an air dodge or anything else, it's quite surprising, but props to the boss, of course, for recognizing that situation. Oh, PK Thunder 2 just trying to scare him into a shield break. Maybe that would be the ideal setup. Things are not looking any easier for Sen.
Yeah, you got match point here for Dabuz, and he's still up an entire stock, but he's still taking up some of that damage here that Sen is finding the opening for.
Ooh, that was almost a very dangerous setup from Dabuz, just covering so many options. Fortunately for Sen, he managed to avoid some of that. Still, no punish. Still, the speed on the launch star has been not on his favor, and not respecting the Luma once again, instead brute forcing his way, and he will get the stock for it. This might be Sen's last chance here in the winner's bracket.
Let's see here, 75% already onto Send. Waiting for the opportunity. See Dabuz just double jumping around him here too with the Luma. He's trying to get set up, but the PK Fire is going to miss around him. He wanted to get that nair into the up tilt there too. PK Thunder for that high recovery, but Sen off horizontally right now is scary. Trying to catch the roll on top of it. Sen desperately just trying to get right back to center stage.
Oh, is he gonna send him to sleep? No, not just yet. Sen here trying to avoid La Chancla. Of course, he is trying to avoid going to sleep. That little kid does not want to go out just yet. And look at the boss just forcing his control once more. Oh, look at that! The damage!
That would have been insane!
Oh my god, he was getting crazy! He was definitely getting crazy just trying to push his advantage. The boss will get the up smash out of shield! And it was not La Chancla, but it was like
Cocotazo instead!
Cocotazo, that's right!
The up smash and Dabuz. I like, though, the way that Sen was able to make such a quick adjustment by the end of that set.
Yeah.
Because even with that uppy setup, that was a really scary situation, especially by the platform right there.
That was very scary. All that damage through the PK Fire. Sometimes